Okay, now in today's class, we will try to understand C++ data types. Okay, so in the previous session, I have briefed about syntax, okay, how to get the output and variables. Today, I am going to explain basic data types in C++. So C++ has the following data types. They are called integer, okay, float, double, char, bool, string. Okay. Here syntax int is what? Int is a data type. Minum variable. So variable minum assigned with 5. 5 is a integer value. Okay. Here int data type. Okay. 2 / indicating that 2 / indicating comments, single line comments. So comment integer means whole number. So this 2 / integer whole number, this statement will not be executed by C++ compiler. Okay. So it is single line comment. Only this line, this instruction which is terminated with the semicolon will be executed. Int is data type. Minum is what? Variable. That variable is assigned with 5. 5 is integer value. Float is a data type. So my float num, it is variable. You can keep xyz. No need my float num. You can create your own variable. In place of in this my num, you can create your own variable. So I will show my float num is equal to 5.9. This is a float number. So the number which is having decimal values called float number. Commented here floating point number which is having decimal values. Okay, single line comments. Double is what? Data type. So it is also float, but difference between float and double data type. Double data type, it is double means float. It will be able to hold more decimal numbers up to I think 15 numbers, but float will be able to hold 7 decimal values, but double float will be able to hold up to 15 decimal values. My double num is equal to variable. Char is single char. Char is data type. My letter is what? Variable is assigned with D, single character. So char data type always hold a single character. Always char data type will be stored in single quotation marks. Bool is a data type. My boolean is variable assigned with true. True or false, two values called boolean values. True or false, both are called boolean values. They are boolean data type. So in English, we in anywhere yes or no we need to represent. So for yes, true. For false, for no, false will be represented. So bool is a data type to represent yes or no. For yes, true. For no, false. My boolean is a variable. String is a data type to represent string, sequence of characters. Hello is a text, English text, sequence of characters. In programming language, that is called a string type of data. So always string that must be kept in double quotation marks. So this is assigned to a variable my text is equal to. So in place of my text you can keep your name, my name, Vasu, anything. Let us see. Here try to understand. I am going to I want to zoom here. Okay. See. So here integer, int data type, minum, in place of minum you change your name, my name, no issue. You write Vasu. Now Vasu is a variable. Okay, in place of next int Vasu. Float, my float num. You remove this my and simply keep it as float. Now float is a variable. Float that if you are confusing between float and float, so you you make it load. There is no any problem. Load is a variable. 5.99 the value assigned. Double float, you can keep this. My double num is what you change your any variable name, you keep xyz x, there is no any problem. Next, come down. Next, char, my letter, simply you keep as letter. Letter is a variable. Bool, my boolean, okay. Otherwise my, okay, boolean, if you are confusing, bool is a data, again boolean, you change this as a variable. Boolean fair, true or false, yes or no, that is what say. State, state, which type of status? Status means status. Understood that? Now see all these string, my string, so you can keep anything. Okay, now if you run this, but at the time you have changed the all variable names, so whenever you want to call them at the time of C out, you need to call them mynum. There is no any mynum here, you have changed mynum as Vasu, so you need to change this because you need to call that variable. Okay, Vasu. Understood that? Next, for my float num, what the variable number name? Load, LOAT. So you load, you remove all this my load, okay. Next, for double x variable, so you call that variable, you remove this x variable, okay. Next, char, letter, you have created the variable as only letter, okay, letter. Next, my boolean, status, variable name is status, you call that as status. Now let us see. Now string, you have not changed the variable as it is, you have got my string, so you are calling my string. So what you have done here, I told you in the previous session, cout will be, it is an object will be used to see the print on screen, okay. For every output, you need to, we can use multiple cout statements. For every cout statement, I have kept at the end of insertion operator /n to get a new line, okay. Understood that? So let us check this and run this code, then we will check that what happened here. This is the total code here. So now run this code, let us see, run. What happened? This is the result we are getting here. Int 5, float 5.99, double 9.98, char d, bool 1. See, bool 1, actually we need to get true, but true will be represented as 1 and false will be represented as 0, okay. If you change this as wherever your code is where true, in place of this true, if you write false, so in the result you will get what? In the result you will get run, you will get 0. Understood that? You will get 0. 0 means false. This is the result you are getting. So cout, mostly cout will be used for what purpose? Cout, in the previous classes I told you that cout used for what? Cout cout will be used for what purpose? You want to get print at the variable values. Okay, so we are getting the values as int, float, double, char, bool, string. Okay, these are the data types. So we need to understand data types firstly. So whatever we write boolean first, so size, that boolean is a data type, its size is equal to 1 byte. So it stores true or false values only there are two values. True means yes, false means no. So true will be represented as 1 and false will be represented 0. Char is a data type. So before declaring any variable, first we need to declare the data type, that is char. Then its size is equal to 1 byte. Char is size 1 byte. Stores a single character, letter, number or ASCII values. ASCII is the abbreviation for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. It is a 7-bit code to represent the alphabets. Okay, alphabets, characters, numbers, digits. Okay, ASCII, 7-digit code. So char will be data size is 1 byte, store single character, letter. Okay, next int means whole numbers, stores all negative and positive whole numbers, 2 or 4 bytes. Size is equal to 2 or 4 bytes. 2 bytes means 16 bit. 1 byte is equal to 8 bit. 2 bytes means 16 bit. 4 bytes means 4 into 8, 32 bits. Stores whole numbers without decimals. It stores all that numbers without any decimals. Okay. Float is 4 bytes. 4 into 8 bits. 4 into 8 bits, 32 bits. Stores fractional numbers containing one or more decimals. So sufficient for storing 6 to 7 decimal digits. So float is capable to store 6 to 7 decimal digits. If you want to store more decimal digits, okay, then you need to declare the data type is double. So 8 bytes, 8 into 8, 64 bits. It stores fractional decimal number containing one or more decimal, sufficient for storing 15 decimal digits. So these are all called data types in C++. Understood that? So every data type size is equal to represented here. After that, it's which type of data it stores. Okay. So these are all data types in these are all data types in where? In C++. Let us complete a small exercise here. Add the correct data type for the following variables. So here see, my num is a variable. That variable is assigned with 9. 9 is integer value. I told you that integer values are whole numbers, all negative and positive numbers. You can represent this as, it doesn't mean, okay, you can represent as a -9. There is no issue. Here you need to represent which type of data. 9 is whole number, so you need to write this as int small, I small. Okay, next come down, my double num. Here 8.99 is which type of data? Float. So you need to write here as float, FLOAT, float. Understood? My letter A is single character, so represented in single quotation marks. So you need to write is char. Data type is what? Char data type. Next, My bool. False is what? Boolean value. So you need to write, represent the data type. First you need to declare the data type a bool. Next, hello world is a string. So my text is a variable. So here data type is what? String. Always string small. Don't use capital here. Okay, string. In Java, okay, we need to use string as capital, here string small string. Okay, my text, my bool, my letter, my double num, my num, these are what? Variables. Just we need to, question is what? We need to represent only data types, int, float, char, bool. Okay, these are what? Int, float, char, bool, string. Now submit this answer. So if you whether submit answer, if you whenever not correct. So where the mistake you have done, let us see where the mistake. Try again. Int, okay, int is what? Int is okay, my num, okay, float 8.99, float, char, bool, string, float, use it as double. Okay, double double. Now submit, correct. Okay, so you have successfully completed the exercise. We have done it. So we learned today in the class, we try to understood all what? Data types, all data types, and example also we have completed. Okay.